Hello guys, this is Nivita. You are 14CS324, and in this experiment we are going to see how to create a parse table by using parsing. um, and for that I have used imported all the packages of buffer reader, input output exception, input stream reader, array list scanner, and just created an array class array stack, and given undefined protected character array, and initialized top and the size. And now I'm just defining the array stack, size equal to 20 and top is equal to -1. And now I'm defining the push function. For that, if top of 1 is greater than or equal to size, you have to print its overflow expression, that is index out of boundary expression. If the top plus 1 is less than the size, you have to increment the top and initialize the I value. And for pop functions, written array top minus minus and display the function, and we have to display a number of values, so I have used for loop conditions to display the value. And now we have got the main, we entered the main function, and here I'm creating a two array list, one for the alpha set and one for the state set. And now reading the I'm just getting the input from the user by using buffer reader. First I'm getting the input for the in asking the user to enter the number of terminals, and then the number of non-terminals, then the starting non-terminal of the grammar, and all the terminals of the grammar simultaneously I'm asking the user to enter, and just creating the array list for the alpha set for alphabets. So we'll get n number of alphabets, so using for loop conditions, and just adding all the alphabet by using alphabet.add alphabets I, and just asking the user to enter the non-terminal simultaneously, and just creating a string for the state set, and using the for loop. Now reading the alpha values, then I'm creating a new array list, and by using a for loop, just because we'll get n number of alpha values, and just adding the alpha values. Then I'm just defaultly printing that use epsilon for the in the place of at. Then I'm just using for loop, initializing the for loop for int s equal to 0, state set s plus plus, and just asking the user to enter the row entries for the transition table. So for int r is equal to 0, alpha r is less than alpha set, increment the value of r, and string int 1 is equal to bo dot read line. I'm just reading the input line, so I'm just printing the transition with the state set and the alpha set, and just printing the whole transition table. Now you have to, now when you're initializing int y, you have to do the ask the user to give the input for the parser, and every time the input should end with hash $hash. Then I'm just reading the input, just creating again I'm just reading the array stack and pushing each values into the stack. So I'm just pushing the dollar value into the stack in the position of state 0, and just at the position index also is 0, and at that time you have to print the stack value, input, and the output. So at last, when you're checking, if you find dollar symbol in it, you just have to print the stack, input, and the output value, and just have, while input dot character at index is equal to hash, you just have to display the character 3, the index value of the character 3, and index value at the character 1, and the index value of the character 2, and print if the transition at the index 2 and index 1 is equal to null, you have to print the given string is not accepted. If not, you have to print the transition table with its in by using by checking each input and the output, and just print the given the strings which will be accepted, and character of dc1 is equal to 2 character array. For int I is equal to d, I length -1, I is less than or equal to 0, I minus stack dot push equal to d of 1. Then I'm just checking the, now I'm just popping out the elements from the stack. If the ch, if it is character 3, and I'm just incrementing the index. If the character is equal to dollar, I'm just pushing it, pushing the character into stack. If not, I'm just doing the pop out operation, and just printing that the parsing is completed successfully, and this is how the output will be. And this is how we'll get the output. um, you'll get the you'll ask the user to enter the number of terminals, number of non-terminals, and all the input values, and the table will be created, and from that table all that uh, it will be giving it will just check the input and print the respected outputs and just check whether the given expression is accepted or not. And this is how the output will be. Please enter the number of terminals as 6. Your user has entered as 6 and non-terminal as 5. They enter the starting string as A and all the terminals simultaneously. So A plus star, open bracket, close bracket, and ending with a dollar symbol. And I am entering all the non-terminals simultaneously. E, A, T, B, and F is all my non-terminals. And just enter the row entries of the transition table. So E tends to TA I have given and null values, and E tends to TA again null value and null. A tends to plus TA null value, and A tends to epsilon, and A tends to epsilon. Again the row entries, I'm getting T is equal to FB. I have given 5, so I'm getting it for 5 times. B is equal to star FB, and after that you'll get a row transition table. And just I'm asking the user to enter an input string, so that to check the stack. So A plus A star A dollar hash is our input string, and it's checking into the stack. And at last when we are getting dollar, the input as dollar, and here also the top of the stack is also dollar, and you have to print the parsing is done successfully. And this is how the parsing is done by using parser. Thank you.